Now I want to go into why this company is poised for critical mass growth and what really that is and why it's so important, and also all the markers that indicate this is a legacy company that will be here for decades to come. Also important if you just want to do this once and have your income compound and grow into literally legacy income you could pass on to your children and grandchildren. So critical mass is a big part of analyzing if you want to join a company or not. Is it going to enter into critical mass? How can you know what's in place? Now, I know not everyone's a business nerd like I am, but I'm going to share this stuff with you because it's important in factoring into your decision making and having the confidence and clarity in why you're making the decision to join. Now, I do want to mention products are an important part of this. If the company doesn't have amazing products that people are going to love and want to share automatically, then this doesn't really work. You're not going to enter into critical mass no matter how amazing anything else here is. The marketing that we're doing, the support we're giving you, none of that matters if there isn't a product line to back it up. And I just want to mention again, I'm only here because the products changed my life in a dramatic way. I'm not usually a product guy. I don't usually get excited about products. But these products changed my life. I'm going to come back to that at the end of this discussion when we talk about the CBD market. But first, let's talk about what critical mass is. You see this little diagram here. On the left side, it says network value. That's like the size and growth of the company. At the bottom, size of the network. So this is kind of growing along. If you follow this line at the bottom, and then when it hits critical mass, there's enough in place. All of the cylinders are firing and bam, the company takes off. And you really want to get in anywhere between just before this critical mass mark or just after or right at critical mass. And this is what I'm going to share with you. These are the kinds of things that I analyze before I get behind an opportunity. Now, 90% of network marketing startups fail in the first 2 years. Of those that survive, 90% fail in the first 5 years. Now, if you can find a company that survived this high risk period and is still poised for that critical mass growth, then you've really got something. So I want to focus in right here and show you some things that can tell us that that's exactly where we're at. MyDailyChoice, which is the parent company of Hempworx, was founded in 2014. So that's 6 years ago. And then what happened was they launched Hempworx as a subsidiary, as a part of MyDailyChoice in 2017. And that's when it really exploded. In fact, MyDailyChoice, through its Hempworx edition, achieved $100 million in annual revenue. And that was in all of 2018. And it's just growing like crazy from there. Quick update. The annual revenue for 2019 is $170 million. So they grew by 70% between 2018 and 2019. Absolutely amazing. And we can also look at some other things. Like, for example, if you look at the direct selling stats, just in the United States here is the only stats I have for this, but it's showing a growth of 35.6% in the wellness market between 2008 and 2018. So compared to all the other markets and industries, wellness is the one that's taking off. So these are some of the things that tell you that the company is poised for critical mass growth, assuming the products are amazing. And we're going to talk about that. And assuming the CBD market is really poised for massive growth and isn't saturated. We're going to talk about that. But just looking at the age of the company, we can know they've made it through that difficult period. Remember, 90% of network marketing startups drop out, die, go bankrupt, are done in the first 2 years. Those that make it past the 2-year mark, 90% of those remaining don't make it past the first 5 years. They launched MyDailyChoice, this company, 6 years ago. They've made it past that crucial period. And then they added the Hempworx line that allowed them to start to take off because they knew they were smart enough to make an adjustment with the focus of product line. And this is what you want to look for. Is the company making the investments in the right place?
I want to cut in here to emphasize what makes this company so special, and that's Josh Weigel's House of Brands concept. Josh is our CEO, and he's an absolute genius. He isn't limiting the growth of the company to just one product niche. We're not just a CBD product company. For example, we have an essential oils brand at the highest quality in the market, but at a fraction of the cost of other top brands. We have digital products available to our affiliates within the travel industry, which allows you to get significant savings on all your travel, car rentals, and hotel stays. We also have a fabulous beauty product line for both men and women, the face masks and the face creams that will significantly reduce the lines and wrinkles on your face. This just in, MyDailyChoice has announced the launch of a new digital product in the cryptocurrency and Forex space. Those who know our CEO, Josh Swagel, already know that these products will meet the highest regulatory standards. We have a number of products that will continue to expand with an emphasis on innovation quality and allows us to beat the market on price. This allows us to outgrow even the most successful companies who have mistakenly built their entire brand model on one product niche. And as you'll learn, everything about this company is bigger. The product quality, the money paid to its affiliates, its accomplishments so far, and the vision for where we're going next.
Hey guys, I just want to remind you, if you can't get through this video, maybe you're on your iPhone or you're out and about, before you go, schedule a session, join us on a Zoom call, get your questions answered, and find out what's going on. You'll find the button to our calendar to join us live and talk to us below. Now there's another part of this, and that's front loading. A lot of companies that do really well end up getting nailed by the FTC. The FTC will go after companies that are growing like crazy, that are starting to hit that critical mass growth. If they see that your compensation structure is incentivizing people to stock up more product than they could ever sell or use on their own. So this is actually a screenshot of somebody sharing a bunch of products in another network marketing company they're trying to get rid of, worth over $12,000 of products that they had stored in their garage. You're not going to see that with Hempworx. We're going to go over the entire compensation structure in a little bit, but you're going to see Hempworx does not have any kind of setup or structure that incentivizes you to end up with a bunch of product that you can't use yourself or sell. You are not going to end up with a bunch of product in your garage. And that's another reason that we can know that we're getting poised for critical mass growth, because not only have they survived that critical risk period at 6 years old as a company, and not only can we see that they have everything that they need in place to generate and handle a lot of sales and growth, already doing 100 million annually, but we can also know that their structure of their compensation plan is going to allow them to be completely safe with the FTC, which is really important when they hit critical mass. So we know that they're safe. They do not have any front-loading incentives in their compensation structure. And that's very important to know, that they're going to be able to continue to grow and compound and provide their amazing products to the marketplace and develop new products over time without any interference from the FTC, because they have a very responsible compensation structure that does not incentivize front-loading. Something else you want to look at is, are they making the investments? They absolutely are. Here's a report right here. MyDailyChoice appoints Dr. James Sharkey as Chief Science Officer. This was in January 22nd, 2020. This just happened at the time that I'm recording this. And this is important to see that they're continually making the investments to position themselves to be a dominant leader in the developing CBD market, which I'm going to go over in a little bit. Hey guys, I'm going to cut in here with a quick update, because there's been some new hires that our CEO, Josh Swagel, has done that puts all this into perspective. I'm not going to be able to go through all of these, but check this out. Kathleen Earle, for example, she was with Melaleuca for 17 years. She helped take that company from the $50 to $80 million range to over $1.5 billion. Very hard to recruit people like that, but our CEO, Josh Swagel, had the foresight to be able to do that. He recruited Kathleen Earle and her team, Chris Baum, Scott Johnson, Derek Jorgensen, Carly Thomas. She's now Chief Operating Officer, and their team is now here with us to help us get to over $1 billion. And then there's Derek Jorgensen on her team, who put this in a perspective, found the logistics to open offices and stuff all up in Europe that got us to be able to get the products into Europe within 3 or 4 days. It was just ingenious to be able to see that, and it's an example of the kinds of things that you can accomplish very quickly and fast as a company when you have an all-star team. Jory Russell, Senior Vice President of International. He was with Isagenix for 15 years. His number one job was to take that company from 80 million to $1.5 billion as well. He's now with MyDailyChoice. Vivian Chung Patterson. now Senior Vice President of Marketing. She started out with Genesis and took that company from 50 million to around 1.5 billion as well. And then she went to a company called RX and took it from 80 million to nearly 1.5 billion in just 4 years. Won a number of prestigious awards for marketing for that. Absolutely incredible that she and her team have now been recruited over to MyDailyChoice to help us get to that next level. So check this out. Joe Theller used to be with a company that Josh Zwagel was an affiliate in when he got started at age 18. That was the company that he started in network marketing as an affiliate. Josh Zwagel, our CEO now. This is many years ago. It was a company called Syntech. He was their #1 top earner in that company at about $50,000 a month. Well, they brought in a new CEO many years ago and everything changed. They disallowed social media and a lot of the systems and strategies that Josh used. And in his early 20s, he left that company, Syntech, and started MyDailyChoice about 6 years ago. Well, check this out. He has done so well with MyDailyChoice, and he runs things so lean, he went and bought that company, Syntech. He bought that company to bring over all of their infrastructure, their merchant accounts, their licensing, their banking in over 100 different countries. And with them, he brought Joe Theller, who used to be a top brass in that company when he got his start in network marketing. This is an all-star team. This is an all-star CEO. This is an all-star company. And these are things you want to look at if you want to work with a company, build a huge residual income, and see it grow and compound for years and decades to come. It's all right here, guys.
Remember, if you can't get through this entire video, be sure to schedule a session with us at the link below before you go and meet us personally to learn more.
So now let's talk about the CBD market, because I know a lot of you are thinking, well, I see CBD products everywhere. It must be saturated. Nothing could be further from the truth. I want to make sure you understand that. We'll talk about the regulatory environment in the CBD industry and how we know that gives us the green light for massive growing consumer demand ahead. So let's start with the Farm Bill, because that's really what kicked this industry off in a big way. On December 12, 2018, Congress passed the 2018 Farm Bill, which was signed into law by President Trump the following week. Importantly, the bill includes key text regarding hemp that was championed by Senator Mitch McConnell with a strong bipartisan backing. So, I mean, there's no pushback on this. This is where it's all rolling, and this Farm Bill really substantiated that. The 2018 Farm Bill defines hemp as the plant cannabis sativa and any part of the plant with the delta-9 THC concentration of not more than 0.3% by dry weight. So the important thing here is it has to be less than 0.3% THC. This definition is consistent with the definition of industrial hemp in the 2014 version bill, which created a limited agricultural pilot program regarding research into industrial hemp. So this has been going on for a long time. There was a 2014 bill that kicked all this off, defining industrial hemp, and this is now a bill passed in 2018 that solidified it after many years of research. So this has been going on for a while, and it's now kicking into critical mass. The 2018 Farm Bill removes hemp from the Controlled Substances Act, paving the way for the wholly legal cultivation, possession, sale, and distribution of the hemp plant. So again, this is not THC products. This is completely separate from that. It must contain less than 0.3% THC. And by the way, for those of you who are still new to all of this, you can actually get products that have 0% THC for those concerned about drug tests or these kinds of things. Now, obviously, what's driving all this, I'll talk about this Market Watch article in a minute. What's driving all this are people were getting phenomenal results. And so the demand was there, and they needed to get the legislation caught up. And this has been years in the making. Now let's look at this Market Watch article, look at it from the kind of the stock market perspective. CBD, hemp oil market research technology outlook 2020 to 2026. This was written on January 5th, 2020. Pure CBD hemp oil is extracted from the cannabis varieties that are naturally abundant in CBD and low in THC. A specialized extraction process is used to yield highly concentrated CBD oil. That's what has this powerful effect that everyone's purchasing CBD for. Or pure cannabidiol, that also contains other nutritious materials such as omega-3 fatty acids, terpenes, vitamins, chlorophyll, amino acids, and other phytocannabinoids. This is actually a misspelling. They meant to write CBC. This is important. CBC, CBG, CBDN, CBN, CBCV, and there's actually over 100 different cannabinoids, guys. And this is what's really important. I'm going to talk about this in a minute. There's lots of different ones. CBD is just the beginning, and that's what we mean when we say this is just in its infancy. Pure hemp cannabidiol oil, that's the CBD, can be consumed directly as a nutritional supplement. Over the years, great advances in CBD hemp oil product development have led to what are now dozens of different types of CBD hemp oil products. And again, I know some of you are thinking, well, I see these products everywhere. Yeah, it's just getting started. There's all these other cannabinoids, these other compounds in the plant like CBC, CBG, CBN, CBDA. They're not all listed here. There's over 100 of them that also have these amazing effects that people are starting to get more aware of. These are the kinds of products that we can continue to develop and roll out, and that's why I say this market is just in its infancy. And continuing on with that article, the global CBD hemp oil market is valued at $254.7 million in 2020, and it's expected to reach $1,483 million. That's $1,483 million by the end of 2026, growing at a compounded annual growth rate of 28.3% between 2021 and 2026. Guys, that's huge. Now looking here, the market will be accelerating, growing at a compounded annual growth rate of over 31%. Incremental growth reaching $1.9 billion between 2017 and 2022. And they're saying 80% of the growth will come from the Americas. I just want to point out, if you're outside the US or outside the Americas, you can tap into this. With our marketing system, you can build a distribution network in the United States and in the Americas and throughout the world internationally. So even if you're in a country that can't get the CBD products sent to you personally, you're going to want to tap into our marketing system to be a part of all of this. And as your country's laws change and you can get these products in your country, fantastic. But in the meantime, you can use the other products that are phenomenal that this company provides, even if you can't get the CBD line in your country. And then build a distribution network with us using our marketing system all over the world where people can receive the CBD products. Continuing with the research by Technavio, the global CBD oil market size has the potential to grow by $3.52 billion during 2020 and 2024. Remember, the last infographic I just showed you by them was talking up to 2022. This is up to 2024. That's massive growth.
Here's what's really impressive about all this. Hempworx, which is the CBD brand for MyDailyChoice, is the #1 seller of CBD in both the US and the world. Let me say that another way so it really sinks in. Our CEO, who is only 29 years old, is absolutely crushing the CBD market, which is one of the most competitive and fastest growing markets in the world right now. Hempworx is the top seller of CBD by a landslide. No other company even comes close to the CBD sales that we are seeing. And get this, CBD isn't even the main focus of this company. It's just one of the many product niches that we are proud of. There are many other niches that we're leading into as well. MDC will continue to innovate and expand into many other markets, with an ingenious CEO at the helm who we all refer to as the Elon Musk of marketing. This positions this company to become one of the giants.
Now, just to wrap up how we know massive consumer growth is ahead, people are going to continue trying new versions of CBD in and of itself. So even as the market's growing and all this other stuff is happening, and these other cannabinoids, these other compounds that are going to be continually developed and growing in demand as people become more aware of them, just the bottom line is people like me are going to try different CBD products till they find the one that really helps them. Because different CBD products get different varying results for people depending on the quality and all kinds of factors and how those products are developed. My story of how I arrived here is a perfect example. I had tried CBD products like many of you and those you know years ago, but they didn't really work for me for different reasons. Then I tried Hempworx and I got amazing results, like incredible results. And I was like, wow, I need to be a part of this industry. So I started testing testing over 20 other CBD products against Hempworx for myself and with other people who didn't know the name of the company or anything. And it all came back that Hempworx was the best. Guys, people are going to continue to try different CBD products till they find the one that works. And this one works phenomenally well, so a lot of them are going to land here at Hempworx. The CBD market is poised for explosive growth for years to come, as we just shared with you. Massive growth in the CBD market is predicted. And there's many other cannabinoid products coming. I mentioned CBC. There's also CBDA. There's over 100 different compounds that can have amazing results for people that most people aren't even aware of yet. And then something else I just want to mention. MyDailyChoice, which is the parent company of Hempworx, develops many superb wellness products. And remember, wellness is a massively growing market in and of itself. So while the excitement around the results people get with CBD and these other types of cannabinoid products that we can develop in the future will attract people in, they'll also find these other wellness products that get amazing results. In fact, my story shares that. I wasn't interested at all in the other products initially, but just wanted to test the CBD. But then I started hearing about the people in Canada who can't get our CBD products yet, who were trying the nutritional sprays. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Well, I just kept hearing this and hearing how they were helping people with their sleep or with focus, like being able to be productive as they're working, all kinds of things that these nutritional sprays do. And finally, I tried them, and wham, they work amazingly well. So now I'm buying those products as well and sharing them with people around me. So the fact that they're investing so much into creating amazing products all around the wellness market, and the fact that they've invested so much into creating a superb CBD product, and as I shared earlier, have invested and will continue to invest into developing more cannabinoid products, that positions this company to be one of the dominant players in the market, and that's where you want to be.
So now let's summarize all the markers that indicate this is a legacy company that will be here for decades to come. Number one, MyDailyChoice, the parent company of Hempworx, was founded in 2014. They have made it past the high risk period that weeds out nearly all companies within their first 5 years of operation. They're perfectly positioned to handle the critical mass growth that we're just now entering into. Number two, not only have they made it through that high risk period, we also know they entered into the early stage of critical mass by doing 100 million in sales annually. This is important because it doesn't just show us that they can innovate a product line that spurs on exponential growth, but they also have the infrastructure in place to handle it. Number three, they are positioned as a leader in the wellness industry, which continues to outgrow all other fields in the network marketing industry. Number four, they continue to make the right investments, including their recent hire of Dr. James Sharkey, Chief Science Officer, showing their continued commitment to superb product development as the cannabinoid industry evolves. Number five, the CBD market is poised for massive growth, with forecasts as high as 31% compound annual growth rate. Number six, CBD is only one of over 100 different compounds in the hemp plant that have a positive impact on the human body. The growth forecasts don't even touch where these additional products can go. Number seven, those who have tried CBD products in the past will continue to test and try out new CBD products to find out which ones work best for them. And that's exactly what happened with Mike. After testing out many products over the past few years, he was led right here to Hempworx. There are millions of people taking CBD products who will test Hempworx against their other products that they're currently taking. And just like Mike, many will find this to work far better. Number eight, Hempworx's CBD products are where it starts. But many people are drawn to the other products that Hempworx offers that are not CBD related. So even if someone can't get CBD in their own country, Hempworx has a product line that people want to keep using, even if there wasn't a business opportunity attached to it. For example, I absolutely love the essential oil line, which contains no CBD. And I've tried a lot of essential oil brands. There's an entire wellness line here outside of the CBD product line that is driving the growth of this company, and the products are absolutely fantastic. Number 9. The Farm Bill passed in 2018, which cleared up a lot of the legality here in the United States around hemp-derived products. This sets into motion just the beginning of a market that will continue to expand for decades to come. And number 10, this one's really important. The company does not incentivize front-loading, an unfortunate and yet common practice of network marketing companies that eventually will get shut down by the FTC. And that squashes the chance of them ever becoming a legacy company. MyDailyChoice has a responsible compensation plan driven by exceptional products that do not focus in on aggressive sales tactics like front-loading. This means you can't end up with a garage full of products that you will never use or reasonably be able to share. And it means we will be able to grow through the critical mass phase without regulatory interference. And that means as you tap into our marketing system to get your 2 legs growing into momentum, you will have an organization that will compound for years and years to come. And finally, number 11, using the incredible marketing tools MyDailyChoice provides us with, our team makes it possible for you to build an organization fast by not just getting 1 leg into momentum, but by supporting you with the growth of 2 legs. And remember, you only need 2 legs to develop unlimited income. Now, listen in so you can fully understand how the marketing system we shared with you earlier can help you reach your lifestyle goals faster than it could anywhere else. To watch the entire video, click the button below, go back. If you have any questions, click Meet Us to see our calendar and schedule to meet with us directly in a live Zoom. Otherwise, click the Lock in Your Spot button that you see below so that we can get to work for you, and we'll get started right away.